I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather Update for this Monday, June the 3rd, 2013. Watching some showers and thunderstorms across portions of North Carolina this evening, moving through the Raleigh area. This is all in association with that cold front. We've had some heavy rains across eastern North Carolina today, upwards of 2 to 3 inches in some locations. It's been a heavy rainfall type of day, but we still got this to deal with as we go through the next several hours. So our westernmost counties out towards Nash, Wilson, Edgecombe, and also up towards Halifax and Northampton and Wayne County. Possibly going to see some showers and thunderstorms moving through your area. Have a severe thunderstorm warning back over towards Statesville this evening. That one's not going to be affecting us, so that's good news. But if you look across the rest of the east, not very much going on. Most of the rain showers have pushed offshore at this point. But we got a lot to talk about, a lot of things going on over the next several days that could lead to potentially some tropical mischief. Let's go ahead and hop into some of the modeling for the next several days. All right, we're taking this one off of the 18Z output of the NAM 4 kilometer, and that's the rain showers that we saw earlier today. Here's that second flare up that we're seeing on radar now, and it's going to die down, but I think it's still going to cross I-95 and affect some of our westernmost counties this evening. But once again, not expecting any severe weather with these systems as they make their way into the east. Here's tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, maybe a few showers and thunderstorms still lingering around, but I think we start to go into a drying trend. We'll call it a mixture of sun and clouds. We'll start off with the clouds and then clearing out through the afternoon. Maybe a few showers still lingering around through the afternoon hours as well. Temperatures to the upper 70s and low 80s. And look what happens. The NAM's trying to hint at something here going into Wednesday. We're calling it a mainly dry day for Wednesday. I will note that, but trying to bring some showers and some moisture back in here as early as Wednesday, and possibly even some thunderstorms in here as we head towards Wednesday afternoon. Now, I think Wednesday will likely be a dry day at this point. That's kind of what it's looking at for the time being, but we're going to have to keep an eye out on this because this is that tropical moisture that's going to be moving up into the east as we head towards the latter half of the week. I think it's just speeding up the moistening process a little too quickly, but it'll eventually get here. I think this model is just a little fast on getting this in here as we head towards the latter half of this week, but do expect more rain showers as we head towards the latter half of this week. Speaking of some of that tropical mischief, here it is right here, 20% area the National Hurricane Center is looking at. We've been talking about this is very disorganized, and it's in a marginally favorable area to see development over the next several days. Will it develop into a named storm? Right now, indications say not for the time being. Will it spread tropical rains across the southeast? I think that's a definite possibility going in towards the latter half of this week. Even if it's not a named storm, we're still going to have to deal with the rainfall associated with it, but it also depends on the track of the low of what kind of weather we do see. Now, this is obviously isn't going to be a rain-snow type of situation. This is going to be more so whether or not we just see heavy rains or we add severe weather and wind into the equation as we head towards the latter half of the week. Right now, we're thinking just rain. On to the 12Z GFS run, and obviously the trough moving on top of us right now. That's the cold front pushing through the area as we speak. Tomorrow, still with a little bit of energy on top of us, that's going to allow for maybe 1 or 2 showers and thunderstorms to linger around. I think most of the rain showers should be offshore by tomorrow morning, but some lingering stuff through the afternoon hours not out of the question. Here's Wednesday, and the GFS is advertising dry weather at this point. And once again, we're going to be continuing to look down here to the south on whether or not we start to get influences of this next system. You see a fast zonal flow here, so that's something to note as well. There's nothing to really pick this up. It's just kind of going to meander around, and eventually it'll start to get picked up by the upper air flow, but that probably won't happen until we head towards Friday or Saturday. And skip forward, here's Thursday, and you see the energy trying to get its act together at this point. And the models are starting to come into a better agreement on where this will be coming, and it looks like it's going to come right up the coast with the with this system over the next several days. You see another trough trying to dig in here as we head towards Thursday afternoon. Here's Friday. Actually, that's Saturday. This is Friday. You got upper level low up here on the GFS. And this one trying to come up the coast. That's our little piece of energy. Obviously, it is not well defined. It's just kind of lagging around here out offshore. But it does get picked up by the flow, and that's going to bring it right up the coast if that's correct. Here's Saturday, and most of the energy is now well off to the north, but we have a secondary trough digging in here. That's going to bring us more chances for showers and thunderstorms for Saturday. Here's Sunday, starting to get out of that, but we have another impulse that back off to the west. We'll be watching that one. But once again, this is just one model. We've got several different models that we're going to look at today on the evolution of this upcoming system. But the main thing that we want to take away from this is that there is going to be the potential for tropical rains over the next several days. Here's Monday, next trough coming in here. And Tuesday of next week, we'll be watching this one again very closely. Ridge off to the west, trough here in the east. So watch that closely for any interesting developments. Down to the surface, obviously rain showers on top of us right now, moving off the coast by tomorrow. A few showers still lingering around. Here's Wednesday, and the GFS has us dry. It's high pressure just to the north, but obviously the 4-kilometer NAM thinks the moisture gets in here a little quicker. And here's that low down to the south trying to get its act together, but does it on the GFS. Here's Thursday, starting to come up the coast a little bit. See heavy rainfall across southwest Florida. And we start to get in some of that moisture as well. But we have another system back off to the west that's trying to slide in here as well. We've got one trough coming through, and then we got a secondary low coming up the coast at this point. So nonetheless, it looks like Thursday will trend wet. We'll go out to Friday afternoon. Here's that low coming off the coast, and then we had the first one get on out of here. Here's the secondary one. This is the system down here in the Gulf, riding right up the coast, and a lot of moisture associated with that as well. Here's Saturday, and the GFS wants to get it on out of here fairly quickly, and I'll run you through this time period. Here's Friday morning. You see that kind of right up the coast here, but it dries out when it comes close to us. It basically just leaves us in a dark void. And we just have the low coming up the coast, and then secondary chances for showers and thunderstorms as we head towards Saturday and Sunday. But it gets the system on out of here on Sunday, and then we're dry for Monday and Tuesday. We get our next system coming in here as we head towards next Tuesday. Now here's a look from the Canadian model. This is valid for Friday afternoon. It's got a full-blown system deep inland. I mean, over the mountains. This is well overbaked. I have no confidence in this, but it has been very persistent in this thought process over the past several days that there was going to be a major system basically coming up out of the Gulf of Mexico and coming right up the spine of the Appalachians. Like I said, I have no confidence in this because it just does not make sense to have a full-blown system, a deepening system over the mountains. But the European model is a little less overbaked, but definitely has the rain showers over us. We're going to lean right now towards closer to a European solution with the low track inland, basically coming right up through here and then tracking inland. With that being said, we know with lows that track just a touch inland, we usually get a scenario for severe weather. Now this is valid for Saturday. This is Friday night about midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. Heavy rains across the area. This is something that we'll have to watch, but it doesn't stick around for very long. It gets on out of here fairly quickly. It gets it out of here by Saturday morning. So there's a lot of disparity in the models as far as that's concerned for the time being. And here's some of the early track guidance from the tropical models, and obviously they're trending on a solution coming up through here. So that's something that we're going to watch over the next several days. We've got a lot of time now, but we do want to make mention that more than likely there will be tropical rain showers across eastern North Carolina for the latter half of this week and into the weekend. That looks like it's going to be a good bet. The GFS has been very flip-floppy the last couple of days on whether or not it's going to happen or not. So for the time being, we will mention rain showers and some heavy ones, obviously. Severe weather right now, we're going to hold off on that thought, and we're going to hold off on the thought of a full-blown tropical system. I just don't feel like that's going to be the issue. I think it's going to be a tropical low-pressure system that drops a good bit of rain on top of us. And now the severe weather aspect of it is still there, but we're not gonna completely rule that out just yet. But it's definitely something that's in the back of our minds. All right, that's it for me this evening here on the ENC Weather Update. You can check in with me tonight on the CW at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock on WNCT. Meteorologist Dante Jones will be in for Morning Edition at 5 to 7. Stay up with us on WNCT.com as well as Facebook and Twitter. Have a great evening.